What's going on, everybody? This morning I was on TCG Player and I was looking at Elite Trainer boxes, and one specific Elite Trainer box really caught my attention. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about which one that one is. So to show you what I'm looking at right now, I have TCG Player up. I have Elite Trainer box typed in the menu, and I've got the price from high to low. And I usually try and do this just to see what the lower cost Elite Trainer boxes are and where they're sitting at. Right now, we can see things like Perfect Order, Pitch Black, and Chaos Rising. Those are sitting at a little bit of a lower price point, and generally that makes sense for a couple of reasons. Most people, especially those who are into the competitive side, Pitch Black, we'll see how that unfolds in the game. If we're talking about the artwork, I love Darkrai in that set. I think it's an amazingly great looking card. And even with like Perfect Order, for example, it doesn't seem like everyone's favorite, but even that Starmie in that set is quite amazing. Anyway, those three make sense right now. We're kind of in the summer stall. Not a lot of people are buying things, or they're trying to get rid of things, especially with the 30th anniversary that's coming up, which, by the way, I hope you were able to get one of the pre-orders for the 30th anniversary Elite Trainer box. I was able to get one after getting kicked out of Pokemon Cetter's website twice. I must have been one of the last people the third time around. It was still in my cart and I was able to order it. I do hope that you were able to get it, but we all know that it's tough to get that stuff. It's a mess. But anyways, let's get back into what specific Elite Trainer box I'm talking about. No, it's not Twilight Masquerade. It's not Battle Styles. It's actually Temporal Forces. So for those that don't remember, when Temporal Forces came out, it had mixed results. I wouldn't say it was the same as like Stellar Crown or Shrouded Fable. Temporal Forces had some hard-hitting cards. I really love the set. And it surprises me a little bit just to see this specific box, not Iron Leaves, just Walking Wake, drop so dramatically in a couple of months. So it was sitting at around $140 and it's around $105, $110. In fact, on eBay's if you go to 130point.com, you can see some of the prior listings and also what the offer price accepted was. A lot of them were hovering between, like, some of them actually dipped down below $100. And for me as a collector and someone that would maybe hang on to one or two of them sealed just to see where they go in the future, I personally think I'm going to buy a couple of these because I'm very surprised specifically with this one why it dropped. And I'm curious what all of your thoughts are as well. If I could give you a personal take on this, I think this is uh, one of the better art styles. I think it's a very beautiful box. I have one sealed that I just have in my collection, and it's one of the ones that I actually like to have on display. I don't know what it is, but that color scheme of purples, light blues, um, a little bit of dark blue. It's a very pretty Elite Trainer box in my opinion. And it's man, I mean, look at that. Walking Wake is like I think it's a really cool box. Maybe you disagree with me. That's okay. But even just looking at Temporal Forces, for example, I'm a little bit surprised because for this specific set, and I know it had mixed reception when it came out, I thought it was an incredible set, especially because we have Sawsbuck and Deerling. Where is that? You know, the story cards where it's one or excuse me, like two or three different cards that connect together. This was amazing. This was a really cool concept. But even with that, I mean, your Raikou, Suicune, and Entei cards, with them being metamorphed into Raging Bolt, Walking Wake, and Gouging Fire, I still really like these cards, and I like the way that they reinvented them. I'll be honest, I wasn't as much of a fan of Raging Bolt when it came out, just because I'm on that of like, his neck is too tall. I'll put it bluntly. Suicune and Entei, that those color schemes of like the dark blue forest, dark blue, purple, and then with Gouging Fire with the greens and reds. I think that those cards really pop. And then lastly with this set, why it's kind of like a dark horse, you know, a sleeper set, but we have Morty's Conviction, Gengar, and Ghastly. I mean, those are very popular cards. You know, Ghastly, Morty's Conviction, and Gengar. Gengar is a classic. Everybody loves Gengar. So this particular set, like I said, caught my attention because even looking at things like the booster box, for example, while it's kind of gone down a tiny bit, it's only gone down like $5-10. This set, in my opinion, especially this Elite Trainer box right here, is you know, for me, for someone that wants to buy it, this seems like a steal right now. If you've never visited this website before, this is an amazing resource. It's limitlesstcg.com, and in it, it shows you an aggregate of data when it comes to how much a set, how many cards are in the set. It talks about the overall cost of trying to collect every single card. So for example, right now with Chaos Rising. And remember, this isn't like an absolute approximate number, but it does give you a better sense or a better idea of just how much it's going to cost you if you were to go to TCG Player and try and buy every single card. And you can see like Chaos Rising, for example, $777, Perfect Order, $685. Honestly, that's kind of interesting because it almost correlates with the specific costs of those Elite Trainer boxes right now. But then things like 295 different cards in Ascended Heroes with like 10 heavy hitter cards that are worth, if not over, thousands of dollars. And that whole set sitting at $7,100 makes sense. Let's look down here and check out Temporal Forces and where it's kind of hovering. So at at $1,300, it does actually make quite a lot of sense as like a mid-tier set. Stellar Crown being at $650 makes sense. It wasn't really accepted. Not a lot of people liked it. I actually did like that set. Terrapagos is, I think, a really cool Pokemon. But if we're again going back to Temporal Forces, we see it hovering at around $1,300 for just the set. This is at least giving me an idea, and I hope this helps with as a resource for all of you, but this gives me an idea of where this set really sits. It's not Prismatic Evolutions, but it's also not Stellar Crown. It's also not just the base Scarlet and Violet, and it's not like Obsidian Flames, for example, even though it's got that one heavy hitter Charizard card. Overall, the rest of Obsidian Flames isn't really that impressive. You might disagree with me on that. That's okay. With that being said, Temporal Forces and where it's sitting right now, I personally think I'm going to try and buy a couple of these. Whether I want to open them or to collect and hang on to, whatever the case may be, I think this set, basically everyone's sleeping on it. It's the dark horse of the Scarlet and Violet era. It has a lot of great artwork. I haven't even gotten to the second page, but even like Iron Crown, Metacross, Iron Leaves, got a few more illustration rares and special illustration rares that really pop. I'm surprised that this set is where it is, but I'm even more surprised specifically that the Temporal Forces Walking Wake Elite Trainer box and its overall artwork isn't higher. This is something I'm going to try and grab. If you like these videos, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and have a good day.